Let's go fishing. This is part 2 of a 2-part series where my buddy Slob Catching and I went out fishing in a tournament. The tournament was for carp and catfish, divided between boat and bank anglers, and was a total weight tournament, meaning catch as many pounds of carp or catfish as you can in 24 hours. It was also a benefit tournament, with all proceeds going to help Fisherman 4.0 with his battle of lung cancer. So I was happy to be a part of this tournament, especially because it was my first tournament. So as you saw, after I caught my first catfish of the day, I got my line back out there, but ended up snagging my other line. And after a while of waiting for another bite, it looked like my buddy Slob Catching was on another fish. Let's go. Now, as you heard in part 1, I was targeting mostly catfish, while he was targeting carp, but both of us were signed up for both catfish and carp. And based on the fight and also seeing the fish when it came to surface, we knew this was a carp. Another carp on the bank for my boy. Let's go. So we got this on the bank and weighed in for him, and he had another fish on the bank. He had also caught several others, but I didn't catch them on camera, much like I had some other action on my rods that wasn't caught on camera. But it is what it is. We got something on camera. And it's also worth mentioning that his brother-in-law, R.I. the Cat's King, came out to fish with us as well, and ended up getting on his first fish of the day as well. Let's go. Decent catfish here. And he was targeting a mix of both catfish and carp. And while I thought I had a bite here, it turns out that I did, but the fish ran me into some structure, so I got snagged up. And then later on, as the sun went down more, my buddy Slob Catching got another catfish. And R.I. the Cat's King ended up getting a smaller catfish too, which was in the running for smallest fish, which did have prizes. And he had to leave to go back home, but Slob Catching and I stayed out for longer, where my boy got himself on another carp. Let's go. Decent size too. I had taken a break midday and came back out, which is why you see such a big difference in the time, but also it just took a while for me to get bites. Here I had set one rod up for carp and ended up having a nice run, but ended up losing it. Snagged up there too. I also really need to invest in some lights for my GoPro. And around this time is when I had another bite on the carp rod, and my boy Slob Catching was coaching me through it, because at this point I hadn't done much carp fishing. But ultimately I ended up losing the fish. Later on my catfish rod did end up going off, but unfortunately the fish came off after the hook set. Tragic. Slob Catching finished second for carp, and I was 28th for catfish.